So you're on my plan. I cannot wait to change your lifestyle, change your mindset, and really improve your health markers. Now, metabolic syndrome affects at least 25% of the world's population, not just the UK, but the world. At least. You can change everything that I'll discuss by changing your mindset, your lifestyle, and the whole Shelley Booth Fitness programme is geared towards that. So you're in safe hands. If you do as I'm asking you to do, I guarantee your health markers will improve. So, over onto the board then. Right, what is metabolic syndrome? The World Health Organization and other organizations deem metabolic syndrome to be, if you've got at least 3 of these, then you've got metabolic syndrome. Now, I'll take you through them. Elevated blood pressure, high triglycerides, abdominal obesity. So, if you put your hands on your belly and if you're carrying body fat around your belly, in and around your vital organs, visceral body fat, which is the really, really bad fat, which leads to all sorts of complications further down the line, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, etc., etc. So, abdominal obesity. Now, we're not talking about body fat that you carry on your glutes, your bum, or your thighs. We're talking about right round your abdomen, that band around your navel. Elevated blood sugar. So you might be pre-diabetic, you might be type 2 diabetic, you might have insulin resistance. Either way, you have your blood sugar level is too high because of the foods that you're eating. And the last one is low HDL. Now, HDL is the so-called good cholesterol. So if you've got low levels of that, and another 2 of these, then you have metabolic syndrome. Another factor which could play a part in this is fatty liver disease. Now, fatty liver disease can come in 2 forms. So you can have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and you can have fatty liver disease caused by alcohol. And in many cases that would be cirrhosis of the liver. The cirrhosis is the scarring of the liver tissue. But non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is lifestyle related. And all of these contribute to metabolic syndrome. So the next part then is what actually causes metabolic syndrome. And it's this: inflammation and elevated blood sugar levels. These are the 2 things that cause metabolic syndrome. So in theory, if we understand these 2 and we bring these 2 factors back to normal, we should rid ourselves of metabolic syndrome. That is absolutely true, and this is what the Shelley Booth programme does. We can get rid of metabolic syndrome, no problem at all, through your lifestyle, your choices, your mindset, and what you do in terms of your physical activity and stress states. We're going to work on all of that. Syndrome is that it can cause a whole host of complications for your health, some of which are these: heart attack, liver failure, kidney failure, and stroke. Alzheimer's as well. Now, if we're to cover off the causes of metabolic syndrome, we're going to talk firstly about inflammation. Now, inflammation is caused by eating, I'm going to cut to the chase, is by eating really bad carbohydrate foods. When I say bad carbs, I don't mean green leafy vegetables with lots and lots of fibre. I mean refined carbohydrates like you will not be eating anymore, like bread, pastas, cereals, waffles, cakes, biscuits, white flour. You won't be eating any of them because they are absolutely garbage and they are so bad for your health and they cause inflammation. So, if this is a cell here, when you eat carbs, and when I say carbs, I mean I'm talking about bad carbs in this example, because there are good and there are bad carbs. The good carbs are the fruits and the vegetables that you can eat, some of which will cause elevated blood sugar levels, which we'll get into later on. But for the purpose of this, fruits and vegetables are good carbs, and the bad carbs are pastries, waffles, cakes, biscuits, that kind of thing. So when you eat these kind of foods, what they do is they create inflammation by causing little tears in the cell. So if this is the cell, as soon as you eat sugars or carbohydrates, pastries, bread, the cell will become damaged. Now, as a defense mechanism, your body will transport cholesterol to this area here. Now, the cholesterol is a defense, thankfully, and what that does is it forms like a bandage or an elastoplast over the tear. So when people have heart attacks and things, and atherosclerosis, let's say, or hardening of the arteries, under a microscope, when this is assessed, the cholesterol is there, absolutely, but it's only there because of the damage, and it's the carbs and the sugars that have created this damage. So it's not eating good fats, for example, avocados, for example, salmon, nuts, animal fats. It is not that that's doing the damage. It's the bad carbohydrates. And we have to think about this completely differently. It's a 360 on what we used to think. We've been taught to eat low-fat alternatives. But when we started eating low-fat alternatives, the world just got fat and is getting fatter. We know more about health and fitness and diet and nutrition and wellness than we've ever known, but yet we've still got this problem here. But the people who are reversing this problem are the people that are changing their diets. They're coming away from the bad carbs. So if we were to do this on a daily basis and we were to keep eating this crap, what would happen is inflammation would start. So if you think about your hand, say you make a cut in your hand or you've damaged your hand and it's bleeding, it's swollen, it's maybe itchy, it's weeping, it's maybe hot to touch, that's inflammation. And the same thing happens at cellular level. So all of your cells, the millions of cells, have this going on inside of them. And we know that inflammation is linked to cancer. We know that inflammation is caused by eating a poor diet, a diet high in fructose, a diet high in sugar, and a diet high in refined carbohydrates and white flour. So what do? We come away from that. We stop eating grains, which we'll talk about in depth. We stop drinking fruit juices and soda juices, and we stop eating breads, pastas, cereals, waffles, cakes, biscuits, pastries. We stop all of that. So the second factor to consider to rid yourself of metabolic syndrome is elevated blood sugar levels. Now, the more carbohydrate the content of your food, the more it's going to spike insulin levels. The insulin is there to take the blood sugar level back down. And then you have another spike of insulin whenever you eat bad carbohydrates. So all day long, your blood sugar level is erratic, it's all over the place, it's got spikes, it's got troughs, and there is no consistency. 1, you will have belly fat, absolutely, and 2, you will start in time to develop, quite possibly, metabolic syndrome. So here's what happens. The pancreas, in response to you eating food, but particularly bad food in terms of carbohydrates, breads, pasta, cereals, waffles, cakes, biscuits, will produce insulin. Okay? This insulin will be transported to the cell, and in simplistic terms, the cell opens, the insulin takes the food in, the food is used by the cells and the muscles, and then there's a feedback signal back to the pancreas to say, okay, we've had enough, switch off. So the pancreas switches insulin production off, and that's great and it's normal. However, if you were to keep eating these bad foods and you're a regular alcohol drinker, and your body doesn't get much let up from the bad carbohydrates, your body would start to produce too much insulin. And when that happens over time, your cells get sick of it. They're like, chaps, that is it. That's damaging for us. We cannot take any more in. And so insulin resistance happens. And that means your cell has a blockage. There's a block here. The insulin can't open up the cell. And so the feedback signal back to the pancreas is completely broken. So the pancreas keeps producing insulin. So there'll be areas of your body that has too much insulin and areas of your body that has got really low insulin. This is the problem. This is insulin resistance. Now, when you start to develop fat on your belly, that's a really good indication that you have insulin resistance. But you can reverse it, and we can reverse it through the foods that you're eating and improve your diet and your lifestyle. Now, another important consideration is if you've practiced years and years of yo-yo dieting. So you've tried something, you've maybe failed at it, so you've lost 20 pounds, let's say, but you've gained 25. You've tried the faddy diets that you hear about, the things that are topical at that time. You'll certainly lose, but then you'll gain and some. That's really, really common, and is probably why you found me. With my program, you do not have to yo-yo anymore. This is a lifestyle change that you can implement and take through the rest of your life because it's health promoting. I'm not saying this just to get you a short-term fix or a short-term result. I'm saying all of this and educating you on this so as you can improve your health forever. Okay, so how do we reduce inflammation? So, garbage. We have to stop the garbage. All the crap carbs going into your body is causing you an unlimited amount of inflammation, and it has to stop, okay? One of the main causes of inflammation that you might not realise because you think you're doing well is vegetable oils. Now the problem with vegetable oils is there's no vegetables in them. They should be called bean oils or seed oils. That's what they should be. They're very, very inflammatory, and the ratio between omega-3 and omega-6 is tipped. So they're higher in omega-6, which is very inflammatory. So here's what I need you to avoid. Additional to the pastas, cereals, waffles, cakes, biscuits, pastries, sweeties, fructose, sugary drinks, alcohol, all that sort of stuff. You need to avoid canola oil, sunflower oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, and soybean oil. All of these oils will produce huge amounts of inflammation. Instead, I'd like you to start cooking your food with avocado oils, butters, lards. That kind of thing is much, much better and much lower in terms of the inflammation that it will produce. The omega-3 and the omega-6 is tipped, so they're higher in omega-3, which is much, much better for your health. So what do you have to do? You have to stop poisoning yourself. You have to stop all this garbage, all this crap food, all this inflammation, and I guarantee if you do, your metabolic syndrome, if you have it, or if you're going the right way to getting metabolic syndrome, will reverse, and you will change your health and your life for the better. Now, in my program, here's what we're going to do. You will eat Shelley Booth Fitness clean eating meal plans. They're tried and tested, and they work. They don't only work for results, but they work for the whole family. So you can work towards optimal health and get your family as healthy as you will be getting, and it's perfect for everyone. Sleep and stress. We have to carefully think and consider the stress that you have in your life, the amount of sleep that you get, the amount of cortisol, which is a fat storage hormone. Hormones have a huge amount to play in everything that we'll talk about. Cortisol is one fat storage hormone which we need to try and manage. We will. Mindset. I will work a huge amount on your mindset to get you to where you need to be. You have to do the daily work. It's the same with your nutrition and your body. Your body won't change shape unless you do the daily work. It's the same with your mind. And my workouts. My workouts will be completely from home or out at the park, or the CV element or the cardiovascular element will just be a case of you going outside. You don't need a gym. You don't need anywhere specifically to do these workouts. What's going to happen? Your belly fat is going to shrink. That's what's going to happen. Your clothes will start to feel more roomy. Your mindset will start to change. Your motivation will take a boost, as will your confidence, and generally speaking, any metabolic syndrome that you feel or you think you're working towards, you will undo and you will reverse, and you will become much, much healthier. You have to listen to me. You have to meet me halfway. This is a partnership approach. It's not me bringing it and you sitting back and waiting. You have to do the daily work. Let's go.